Well, I was going to start on my project bike today, and man, I got looking. It is beautiful today. I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and go for a ride instead. So I'm going to take out my brand new, pretty much, 2025 Lifan KPT 400. I haven't been on it in a little while because we've had some pretty rough weather. But I'm looking forward to a little ride today. Adjust the screen a little bit. We've got a lot of bad weather coming. It's supposed to rain for like a week, so I thought, you know, I'd much rather be in the garage working on my project bike in the rain. You know, priorities take place here. I gotta do a little bit of riding once in a while. Got my Quick Trip iced tea. Well, I'm all set. I think it's 58 degrees today. Well, I'm ready for spring. How much gas I got? Oh, I got a full tank. Looks like my tire pressures are perfect. I don't know if you guys have seen the video of my new, or new to me, Honda GL 1200 Goldwing, but man, I got a lot of work to do on that. You know, that's something I really like to do. I like to take something that's not working and make it work. There's a lot of satisfaction in it. And I say this almost every time I ride this bike, but this is such an awesome machine. I love the seating position in this more than anything. I mean, it just fits me perfect. I think we're going to have an early spring this year, at least I'm hoping. I got a lot of work to do outside, like most of us homeowners. You know, I got trim to paint and all that kind of stuff, scrape and paint. Heck, I let it go a little bit too long on my garage door, on my little entrance door, and it ate some of the wood out on the bottom, so I got to fix that. You know, it's always something. Well, that wind is something else today. Seems like we've had so much wind every single day. I don't know, it's hard to get a day that's not windy. I don't know if I'm just more sensitive to it, but boy, it sure just seems like we've had more than our share of it. Feel like I'm in Kansas or something. There's a hawk. Nothing against Kansas. We rode through Kansas when we were going to Nevada, visit my son, and it's kind of a desolate area though. But I like going that northern route going to Nevada. That is a lot of fun. You guys have ever wanted to go to Nevada and you live over on the East Coast or something, that is such an awesome drive. I love that drive. Especially, I think it's in Arizona, maybe Utah, something like that. Man, there's some, it's almost like a roller coaster, you know, a lot of curves, downhill, fast moving traffic. Seems like they do about 80. It's just a lot of fun. Man, I keep forgetting to turn my turn signal off. I guess I filled it up the last time I parked it. As you can see, it says the average is 71.2 so far. And I've only got 56 miles on this tank. Anyway, as I was saying, in case you didn't see the video, we sold my wife's scooter, the Lifan KPT 150. It was a really fun scooter. I liked it when we took it camping. I'm going to miss it for that reason, because I rode it all over the campground. I was always an early riser, and you know, I'd get up and sometimes I'd head to breakfast and do a little riding and get back to the camper, and she'd just be getting up, getting her coffee. But things have changed a little bit. You know, when I first retired, I don't remember who it was. I think it's Rick maybe said this, but I told him, I said that I usually wake up early, even in retirement. I'm up 5, 6 o'clock. And he said, "Oh, you're just a rookie. Give it a little time." Well, that was words of wisdom, because that was absolutely true, because I sleep till 8 o'clock most days now. Of course, I stay up later. You know, I like to watch a little TV and relax before I go to bed. So I do that. And then I'll get up and get cleaned up and head to the gym 4 days a week. The riding stance of this bike reminds me of my FJR a little bit. That had a little bit more of a forward lean to it, but it sits up high like this one does. Kind of reminds me of the seating position a little bit. I did have those Healy bar risers, that pullback risers that pull the bars back to you and raise it up just a little bit. So it was kind of an upright seating position. Of course, the engine's not as powerful as the FZR 1300, but it does a pretty good job. This little 400 does a pretty good job. 400 twin. There's a lake back in here. You can go swimming and fishing and stuff like that in it. It's kind of cool. The housing communities built around the lake. I gotta give it to Lifan on the fuel injection on this bike. I mean, it is flawless. Absolutely flawless. Runs, idles perfectly. Doesn't have any hiccups at all in it. There's a group of moms walking. there's a lake down there. Probably can't see a whole lot of it. What about you guys? What's your favorite motorcycle? If you have a favorite, let me know. Put it down in the comments. I'm interested, you know. I am looking for bikes all the time, just something different, you know, especially if it's something that people really, really like. I thought, I tell myself, well, I'm gonna have to try that sometime and see if I can find one and try it out for a little bit. And I don't go for the expensive bikes, you know. If you got a $20,000 bike, you know, I'm not going to buy one of those. But I like to buy in the, I don't know, if I buy one, it's anywhere from as cheap as possible up to about $5,000 at the tops. That's as high as I want to go when I do buy one. Now if you buy a new one like this one, it's a little bit higher than that, but not a lot. This one's a little under 7,000 with all the bags and stuff on it. They drop it off right at your house. They put mine right in my garage. He had a one of those dollies, you know, and he just wheeled it right in there. I said, where you want it? Told him right here, and he put it right on that spot in the garage for me. I didn't even have to move it. That's real convenient. If you guys are new to my channel watching this, this bike comes in a crate and you have to assemble it yourself, which it really isn't a major assembly. You know, it comes probably 97% assembled or something. All you have to really do is put the handlebars on and mirrors and put the bags on. If you get the bags, that's an option. You can not get them and save $600 if you want. But it's a pretty easy assembly. I love doing that because, number one, you know, you get this big Christmas present brought to your house, you know. I mean, it's exciting, you know. You're following the tracking, you know. Venom sends you tracking numbers and you get to follow it all the way to the day of delivery. Then they call you and say, hey, we got the delivery, we're going to deliver between such and such time, is anybody going to be home? And yeah, sure, come on. And you just sit there and wait for it to arrive. And you know, nowadays you just don't know what you're getting whenever you go to the dealer and stuff and have people put a bike together for you. If you're mechanically inclined, you like to do that kind of stuff, man, there's nothing better than putting your own bike together, making sure all the fluids are topped up and all that kind of stuff. Fantastic. And if you're wondering how this bike does on the interstate, it does pretty good. I do have it geared a little different from stock. I put a smaller sprocket in the back and a little larger sprocket in the front, which drops the RPMs down a little bit. And I don't have any trouble at all maintaining 70. I've gone faster, but I don't like to stress the motor out too much. You know, I've gone 75, even 80, riding down the interstate for periods of time. But I like to keep it 70, 75, somewhere in that range. It's 12:06. My wife's making lunch. We'll be home, supposed to be home by 12:30. guys are following along with Itchy Boots, Nora Lee is her name. You know she's over in China. If you're not familiar with her, she rides a Yamaha Tenere 700. She's had a lot of different bikes, or a few different bikes anyway, that she rode on her channel. You ought to check her out. She's kind of interesting. She does a lot of riding. I've rode all my life. I don't know if I have as many miles as what she has. I mean, she's put some miles or kilometers or whatever on her bikes. There's one of the bikes she was riding, I think she was in Africa, and the engine went bad in it and they had to tear it all apart. Kind of basic tools and stuff, but they did it. They got it all fixed up, reassembled, and off she went. Pretty amazing. But anyway, I was going to say that she's in China right now, traveling through China. She has to have an escort. They got kind of different rules. I mean, like she can't just get her bike filled up. She has to have somebody with her, I think, but she has to have a China driver's license, so she had to apply for that. I think they have to have that in order, even at the gas station, to even put gas in it. And that Tenere, man, I tell you what, it's just been doing great. She had a guy, I think in Germany, that built it for her. It's carbureted, which I think gives her a little bit of fits when she goes up into the mountains, but not too much. Seems like everywhere she goes there's mountains though. It's like it's 12:12, so I'm gonna go ahead and head home, get ready to eat lunch, and probably the next video you guys will see from me is going to be working on the Goldwing 1987 model. So I guess I'll just sign off here. Hope you guys are out riding and enjoying your day. If it's cold or nasty or raining or whatever, hopefully you'll get a good day here shortly. And I'll just talk to you later, and I'll see you on the next video.